What's up, guys? It is Will here, back again for another episode of Lights, Camera. It's actually Dean the Dream and Collector Joey collects. I know that's quite a mouthful tonight. But, guys, it's going to be a pretty exciting stream. We got a lot of news to talk about. We're only running approximately 2 minutes behind, so really not too bad for a stream in December. We're getting very close to Christmas, and Hot Toys knows it. And they're trying to push all their Q4 sales onto us. And it's a exciting but daunting time, Joey. There's a lot of great things happening. The Moon Knight dropped today. That was pretty exciting. They already teased Winter Soldier. There's a lot of crazy shit on the horizon right before the end of the year. But guys, thank you so much for joining us, Joey. I think it's the first time on Lights, Camera, Collect for you. So I'm very excited about this. I've always loved your display, dude. I love your display in the background of the setup. And of course, your videos. Like I told you, the Bane review you did, you were preaching to the choir, dude. Those jackets are I honestly love when reviewers also complain like I do, because then I'm like, I don't feel as bad now. Like,
those jackets were wild to put on. Like, I mean, I get it. I tried to put on the jacket with his hand still attached, but then even without the hand attached, it was still like, no way, Jose.
It's too something tight, about
dude. It's the grip too of the silicone as well.
Yeah, dude, it's
that
so
grips
tight,
onto
man.
that jacket.
Yeah, and like the one jacket, like the one with the poofy, like the big jacket with the leather, with the fur and stuff. That one's not too bad, but the other one with the zipper, goddamn, that shit is never going on my Bane ever again. Because that's why honestly sometimes I don't like reviewing, because I would never put that on the figure, and it's like.
And I gave my friend the 1.0 Bane, and I tried to put it on the 1.0, but it was just too big.
Really?
Yeah, it still
looks like his
look
dad's
good.
coat.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Dude, well, thanks for joining, man. Joe, I need to ask you, because I'm going to ask Dean the same question. This should be a softball question, but I guess we'll see. What's your stance on chocolate cake?
Chocolate? I actually had some today at work.
Dude, same.
Really? Yeah. Somebody had brought some to work. Chocolate cake, it just depends on what it is. If it has like the chocolate chips on it, like inside, like, you know, where you can actually see the chocolate chips, I like that kind. But just regular chocolate cake, I'm good on.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Like, you know how sometimes there's that dense chocolate cake? I like that.
Yeah. Dude, because we had like I work at a college, and it was like a luncheon. So the cafeteria makes all this good food. I actually didn't show up because I did the Moon Knight live stream, and they still brought me food anyway. And they brought me this piece of chocolate cake. It was the chocolatiest thing I've ever eaten in my damn life. It was amazing, dude. I'm probably going to have diabetes by the end of it. But at the end of the day, dude, I swear it was totally worth it. So I had to get your opinion on that. But Dean, you got to weigh in, bro. Chocolate cake.
It's not my first choice.
Okay.
Or probably my second or even third.
Really? But you're not going to turn it down.
I mean, I ain't turning. Yeah, I'm not going to turn it down. But
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay.
Don't hate it.
Okay, well, the chat's weighing in, Dean. Nomar said chocolate cake is a banger. Sal said chocolate cake is overrated. I don't know, dude. I don't know about that. That might be kind of bold from Sal. But it depends.
I think it's like vanilla ice cream, right? Like, it's classic. It's good. I don't know about overrated, but it's definitely maybe like I don't want to say overplayed, but it's like, it's so safe that it's like, you're probably going to see it if you go somewhere.
It's like an Iron Man hot toy.
Chocolate cake with vanilla ice cream. Now there
you go. Now you get, that's die-cast Iron Man right there. That's where regular chocolate cake is like neon tech. That's where, exactly. Exactly,
right
dude.
Mark,
exactly, dude. Right on the mark. Nice. Hold on. No, you're not that one. You get the round of applause, Jerry, for that one. Congratulations, dude. But yeah, dude, that's crazy. I had a follow-up, but I honestly don't remember because that distracted me, because that was really good, Joey. So congratulations on that one. But the chocolate cake thing, absolutely exciting. I will say, here's the question I was going to ask before we move on. Some people are going to hate this, but it's fine. Best type of cake. I need you guys to weigh.
Do y'all have? I don't know if you guys have this over there. Nothing Bundt cake. Do you guys have that?
No, I've never heard of that. What is that?
I think Dean probably knows what that is.
Dean, you have that?
You should. That's probably my favorite cake. But if I had to go like type of cake, like, does cheesecake count?
Yeah, dude. I don't. My girlfriend loves cheesecake. I'm not a huge cheesecake guy.
I love cheesecake, but isn't that more of a pie?
Is it?
I mean, it's called a cake, but
it's like his hot dog a sandwich. I think it is.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's between two pieces of bread or one piece of bread, but it's like two. It's sandwiched.
I'm fucking up.
Oh, Joey went to a black suit. Oh, there.
No,
I'm good.
I'm just suggesting it because it's like doing all weird stuff.
Oh, dude, you're good, man. I love the colors floating in the background. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. But Mario said cheesecake is 10 times better than any other form of cake. Dude, no way, Mario. You're tripping, dude. You're tripping balls on that take. Because no way. I don't know. Cheesecake, it's okay. Like I'll eat it, but
yeah, a really good, and it has to be really good.
Yeah,
but carrot cake,
yeah,
I love a good carrot cake
with some cream cheese.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm more of a classic guy. Like I just like a chocolate cake with vanilla icing. Like I'm just like,
tres leches also.
Yeah,
amazing.
It's good.
Tiramisu is good.
Yeah.
Sal said, "What about chocolate cheesecake?" I don't think that exists, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
does it? Okay, that's the thing. Okay, I've literally never seen. Is it good?
Cheesecake Factory and find it probably. They have Oreo cheesecake. They have Oreo cheesecake.
Well, I was shocked, Joey, when I went to the Cheesecake Factory and they had like real food. I ate real food there. I was like, "This is crazy."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like a restaurant. Yeah. Pretty wild. I had no idea.
I love Cheesecake Factory.
I thought it was legit going to be like a factory of cheesecake where like you would go pick out something. But no, the name was very misleading.
I mean, they have like 1,000 cheesecakes in there, but yeah, it's an actual establishment.
You're right. I thought it would be like a Sam's Club, but like full of cheesecake where you just go pick something out.
There's just cheesecakes on conveyor belts.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that was like the idea in my brain. Yeah, but it just didn't work out that way. But yeah, so craziness. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We're gonna have a fun show. I think there's a lot to talk about. We got some good topics on the dock end. Of course, we got Joey and Dean. It's going to be a good time. But we need to talk about, I guess, the most exciting piece of news. Well, I guess the most recent piece of news. Exciting is subjective, depending upon what you like best. This week that was announced by Hot Toys. But the Artisan Moon Knight, the drop happened today. So I think it's worth talking about. We'll talk about the drop in a little bit. I think that's relevant too, just to talk about the bigger picture of Artisan, exclusivity, and queue system. I kind of really like it, spoiler alert. But I guess we'll find out what other people think about it. But the Artisan, Moon Knight, and Mr. Knight figures. So we're going to showcase both in this topic discussion, but I want to start by just showcasing just a picture of the two. So the Mr. Knight comes with an Oscar Isaac head sculpt that is sculpted. And of course, you get the Mr. Knight head sculpt itself. And then, of course, you have Oscar Isaac Moon Knight with the Artisan version. There is no Moon Knight standard version. You can only get Artisan or Bust or go by the original, which if you want the original, I'm probably going to be selling mine. So just hit me up because I did secure the bag on this one today. Joey, I kind of want to start with you on this one because I've seen opinions all over the map, dude. Some original Moon Knight collectors are upset about sort of somewhat being chromatic because I do got to say, I looked this up, Joey. The original Moon Knight, it released June 30th of last year. So we got a 2.0 in about what, a year and a half. So that's pretty early to get a 2.0 in an Artisan version. But again, you have the original version if you want that. If you don't care about the head sculpt, great, keep the original. But I think we got a really good figure here, Joey. So I just want to get your general thoughts on Moon Knight and Mr. Knight. And what do you think? Should collectors be upset who bought the original of the Moon Knight? What do you think?
I don't think upset, but I would feel a little bit type of way, maybe. But then again, you are getting a really good head sculpt at the end of the day. I think you're mainly paying for the head sculpt. Unfortunately, I mean, it was $425, right? Wasn't it like $425?
Yeah, $425, and the original was like what, $300. So
yeah,
I mean that's not bad. $125 for an amazing rooted head sculpt. That's not bad.
Yeah, and it's limited. Limited. We don't know if it's actually limited, but it is limited, was what they say. And you could use this head sculpt on like the Mr. Knight as well. But then you do have the sculpted if you buy the Mr. Knight. But what I wonder is if it will fit. You know how a lot of people got the third party Mr. Knight?
Yeah, the so-so one. Yeah,
I wonder if this could fit on that head. I wonder if it will, or if it would look.
I don't know, Joey, because you know Hot Toys using those new connectors now. They're using like those square connectors. Like I feel like they're doing that on purpose, so you can't do that. Yeah.
Bane had that. Yeah, Bane had that one.
Yep.
And whenever you plug in the head, it like moves the eyeballs around. I hate that.
Dude, you got to get it just right, or it won't go in.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah. But I don't think people that have the original one should be upset. But I can see where they're coming from. This is a little bit different. You will be able to tell the weathering difference in this one as well. I don't think they did much weathering in the cape, though. I think they could have done a little bit more in the cape as well. But then again, is it going to soften? You know how Hot Toys usually softens things as like, with the battle damage, usually you see it in these pictures, but then when you get it in hand, it's a little bit more softer. So I don't know if it's going to be a huge difference, but I'm sure you'll be able to see a difference.
Yeah, I think so too, dude. But I gotta say though, Joey, the head sculpt, dude. The head sculpt is so good, man. Is it not? Like,
Bro, and in our stream yesterday, we were saying, like, how could they do this before they do a Tony Stark rooted? Because this is short hair. I mean, it's short hair, and I'm pretty sure a lot more people would buy a rooted Tony Stark than they would this rooted,
I think, Joey, I think you're onto something, bro. If you do almost any of the iconic Iron Man suits and you do a rooted Tony Stark head sculpt that looks this good, I think the world's gonna catch on fire. Like, I think it's, yeah. I think especially if you did Mark 85 battle damage. Mark 85 battle damage, redo it, some different armor, rooted hair head sculpt, give it the battle damage. I think that is gonna break the internet. I think that would break the internet. That would be huge. Like, remember when In-Art Aragorn was shown with the head sculpt and people were like, oh my God, like, that's kind of how I feel Moon Knight is, but like Moon Knight's just not as popular as Aragorn. Like, he's like,
exactly.
Or they do a Chris Evans Captain America Artisan, then that will be another one.
That'd be cool seeing like a blonde character with the rooted. Have they done a blonde character yet, or has it all just been darker hair?
Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn.
Oh
yeah, Harley Quinn. That's it. But I will say, Joey, really for me, dude, this comes down to, do you give a shit about a Moon Knight head sculpt or Moon Knight in general? Because if you don't care, if you just want a Moon Knight, buy the original, dude. It's great.
All day.
The weathering is better on this one, but
I would say if you're just looking for the head sculpt, and this is for you. If you don't care, you just want that Moon Knight representation, just get the OG, like you said. I think that'd be perfectly fine.
I think so too, man. Dean, I gotta have you weigh in, bro. What are you thinking about this Moon Knight? Should original collectors be upset? I don't think it's exactly Chrome Mando 1. Chrome Mando basically got announced right when regular Mando started shipping. This started shipping. This started shipping like a year ago, and now it's getting. I mean, that is still very fast. They're 2.08 very fast, but nonetheless, not exactly apples to apples. But Dean, what do you think?
I don't think so, because this one, it's an Artisan. And then if you really want the sculpt, you could get the Mr. Knight, which is pretty much a companion piece anyway, that comes with the sculpt that you can use with your original Moon Knight, which I think is what I said last week, was this Mr. Knight is really just for people who already have Moon Knight. I don't think anyone's just gonna have Mr. Knight. So it's not as egregious, but I could definitely see how some people could feel kind of raw about it. But I think it's definitely less egregious.
Yeah, I think so too, dude. I think, Dean, at the end of the day, look, again, this comes down truly two questions. Do you care about Moon Knight? Obviously, like any figure. And two, do you display your figures maskless? I normally do not. I'm a mask on type of guy. But that head sculpt, Dean, is so good, dude.
It's pretty damn good. I mean, again, it's a prototype, so we'll see what it actually looks like. Production, but that's really good.
That's a 10 head sculpt to me. I don't see anything but Oscar Isaac there.
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
I mean, Joey, to me, that looks like a screenshot. Like, I think it's one of the best head sculpts I've ever seen.
Like, I think it's like they step the bar every time higher and higher, and then whenever we get an okay one, we're all like, "Dang, this is shit."
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. But compared to this one, yeah.
But for some reason, I think that this is an easy head sculpt to sculpt, because even the third party one looked really, really good for a third party. So it must be easy to sculpt his face. Yeah. I don't know.
It's crazy. Some actors just have harder faces to get right than others. Like Mark Hamill has been really tough for Hot Toys. Like,
big time.
Even Chris Evans, like the new one is better, but it's still not quite there. And Thor, some of them are good, some are not. Like, it just, I think it really just depends. And to me, it's like this clearly one. It's Tom Hiddleston. They've gotten better over time too. The Artisan looks pretty damn good, but Tom Hiddleston took a while as well. Guys, weigh in for me though, real quick. Mr. Knight, Dean, you said Mr. Knight is kind of like a companion piece. I mean, do you think he's really all that exciting? Do you think collectors are going to really be excited to pick him up? What do you think?
I don't think so. I mean, it's been a long time since I watched the show. I watched it as it was coming out, so it's not like I even binged it to like really experience it all at once. But I feel like Mr. Knight, I feel like it almost appeared more than regular Moon Knight. But even still, it's like, it's not like the coolest look for the character. So why would you, if you had the option to get the full on outfit or this, just a dude in a white suit? I don't see who would make that choice to get this over regular Moon Knight.
I guess too, Dean, you know, think of it like this, dude. Moon Knight, even with if you don't have the eyes lit up, it still looks incredible. With this one, if you don't have the eyes lit up, I feel like it could take it is already not that exciting. And then you take the eye LED out, and then you're like, I don't know about that. So I'm almost, Dean, I don't know if anyone else in the chat is thinking this. I'm almost kind of thinking I might, like you said earlier before we started, keep the original Moon Knight and then display the new Moon Knight maskless next to it instead of Mr. Knight. Like having Moon Knight mask and Moon Knight unmasked. I feel like most people are going to do Moon Knight and Mr. Knight, but I might pivot just a little bit. I don't know. That could work. But Joey, what do you think, Mr. Knight? Is there any excitement there that you sense? What do you think?
I feel like it could be a skip for some people. I don't know if you know Boba Fettuccine. He's sometimes in the chat. He's a big
I've seen him. Yeah,
he's a big Moon Knight fan, and he had that third party. I keep saying third party. I think it's So Toys that made it. If I'm wrong, but he even skipped on the Mr. Knight, and because he's totally fine with just the other one. I think it was like 175 for that one. So I think it's good. I just don't think, I think you could skip on this if you have that. But if you want to do like what Dean said and get the head sculpt from this one, from the Mr. Knight, and use it on your OG, that's pretty smart. I didn't really think of that, but that's pretty smart.
Yeah, if it works though, that's the question.
If it works though, that
right.
Is. I haven't been able to. You have to look at the neckline and everything, see if it's the same.
I have kind of a feeling, Joey, the way I think of it is like, you know, with iPhones, like I just got the new iPhone 16 Pro, really great, love it. But now it has USB-C. It doesn't have the lightning port anymore. So
I've had to do, oh my gosh.
Right. So it's kind of like how Hot Toys does it. They change the neck connectors over time. They say it's, you know, to innovate, but really it's like to make sure you can't use it on the old one. So you have to buy the new one. Yeah. So it's the same thing.
That has messed me up so many times because I'm telling my girlfriend I'm low on battery. And then like we go to the car and I'm like grabbing her USB. She has the 14 and I grab it and I'm just like looking at it like, okay, I'm, you know,
right.
whatever.
Dude, yeah.
That's messed me up.
With new iPhone 16, you got to have a USB-C, which no one's going to have. Like they're all going to have lightning chargers or whatever else Android uses. Like it's going to be, but I mean, I will say the sculpted hair head sculpt does look very good here. So, you know, if anything, if you just want Mr. Knight, that's great. This is a great piece. If you can fit it on the original Moon Knight, which I honestly don't think you can. I don't think you're going to be able to do that unless you do some sort of customization.
I haven't looked at the neck yet.
Yeah, I think it's going to be different, dude.
Is it a fixed neck? Is this one a fixed neck? It is, right?
I think it is because JC showed that pic. I think that's what it's going to be. Yeah.
And then the Moon Knight head is just on the ball joint. Oh yeah, it is because you have to put so it's not going to work unless you could take out the neck part that's inside,
dude,
of the Moon Knight.
They just said, by the way, someone just Larry Walker just put this in the chat. I just got the same email. Sideshow just sent an email out saying special edition of Starkiller will be delayed. So great, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. They haven't even sent special edition Revan out yet. So they've only sent the regular edition. So, but nonetheless, man, look, I'm excited for these. I have not yet pulled the trigger on Mr. Knight. Something is making me hesitant because I guess he's just not that exciting to me. But Moon Knight, yes, as people saw on the stream, I definitely pulled the trigger on that one. So I'm very excited about that. Guys, we have a couple super chats, so we're going to run through those real quick. Jay Voodoo, dude, what's up, Jay? How you doing, man? $4.99 super chat. Thanks so much, bro. He said, secured my Moon Knight pretty easy. Just hope Winter Soldier is just as easy. So we're going to talk about both of those things, Jay. Winter Soldier and the Artisan Q process on Sideshow. But dude, glad you secured the bag, man. That's really exciting. I did as well. So, and I was like number 3,000. So it worked out. X-Men Supreme, $5 super chat. Thanks so much, bro. I didn't even want Moon Knight. I wanted Mr. Knight. Dude, there you go, man. Hey, there he is, Dean. There's the one person that we thought, didn't exist. But X-Men Supreme, he's breaking the mold as he always does. So, I think it's pretty exciting. Yeah, dude, I think it's pretty exciting. I'm glad he got Mr. Knight. Just because I think, yeah, it's a great looking figure too. It's just not quite as, hold on, I feel like I have to sneeze, but I'm like mid talking as I'm about to sneeze. If you could hear it in my voice, I'm sick. I've been sick for quite a while. I've been using tissues. My nose is getting pretty red at this point. I don't even know what I have, Joey. It's just like that time of year.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, everyone's sick. Like
throat hurts.
Yeah.
I hate that.
See, luckily I don't have a sore throat anymore. I just have a runny nose and I sound like I'm dying, but I'm pretty much fine, I think. So, but yeah, let's talk about that because look, we lead into our next topic very effectively. Hot Toys is teased an Artisan Winter Soldier, which Joey, I know you've watched the streams when you're driving home and stuff like that. I know in your own streams, your videos, you're talking about this thing too. We've all been super excited for this. This is something we all have predicted with no inside information saying there has to be an Artisan Winter Soldier or Winter Soldier 2.0 period that is coming, particularly now that they've announced a Stealth Suit Cap 2.0, and who knows what other Captain Americas they're going to make. But you can see here, this clearly has rooted hair. This is a rooted hair Winter Soldier. Whether it's Artisan or not, there's not Artisan listed anywhere on here, but that doesn't mean it will or won't be. I'm just excited, Joey, regardless. Whether it's Artisan or not, this thing's a dopo. I need a Winter Soldier. I had one originally. I sold it because it was starting to flake a little bit. And I knew they were going to make a 2.0 at some point, and here we are. A couple years later. So, Joey, how exciting is this Winter Soldier 2.0? Because to me, this is like 10 out of 10 exciting. Winter Soldier is one of my favorite movies, and I absolutely love this look for Winter Soldier. This is one of my favorite Marvel characters, this iteration of him. So what do you think about this? How exciting is this going to be for collectors?
I think the most exciting part is just wondering what it's going to be, because I just realized that you're right. It doesn't say Artisan on there. So I don't know if they're just leaving it out intentionally or if it's just that, like not implanted. It's just like, I guess, glued it on there, like how like Chewbacca or whatever they do when they don't do Artisan hair. But the main thing, if they're gonna do this Artisan, I feel like they got to do it right. They got to give us a die cast arm or switch out die cast arm at least. And if it's not, we were talking about this too on the stream last night, that this could be a silicone arm so they could have it seamless, kind of like that Iron Man, the Hono Iron Man. But then that chrome would be a little bit weird with it bending a lot, and I don't know if it would flake over time. But a die cast arm is where I need to be at to be able to get this, and maybe even genuine leather,
real leather,
to make it feel like I'm getting my 400 and whatever. We know it's going to be 425, 450. I'm not satisfied with just rooted hair for this one. I'm not.
Okay,
but
so you need real leather in an arm.
Yeah, but the thing is that this is how everybody's starting to think, and I think it's really good for the collection community, is that am I a big enough fan to spend $425 for something? And I don't know if I'm a big enough fan for that, but the diecast arm really does have me, even though I know diecast doesn't do anything. It's a little bit more of like just aesthetic and how it feels.
Yeah.
When I feel that cold metal in my hand, that's what gets my heart racing. That's what I love. And that's why I have so many Iron Mans, because that's the first thing that I bought. And I was like, holy crap, like this is what a figure is nowadays. And I feel like that's something I would want on this figure. But that's just my personal thing. Other people could be like, oh, it's too heavy. It might tip over if you're trying to use it without a base. If it has a die-cast arm, it's going to tip over. There's a lot of different things, but you could do a swap out arm, which I would like. But
yeah, dude, honestly though, Joey, I look at this photo, it's almost impossible to tell, but just purely speculation. I look at it, doesn't look die cast, but like who knows? Like it might just be the lighting, right? Yeah. I don't know. It could be any number of factors, but I'm with you. That would be amazing to have a swap out. But I don't know. I don't know if would it make him off balance, like if he has one heavy arm and one not.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It might, but that's when you use the base, though. That's when you use like the crotch grabber or something. And they could do like a little diorama of the box where he had, but it wouldn't be the same movie, I don't think, where he had the arm in the box, and there would be the die-cast arm in there. Yeah. That'd be cool, but it's not the same movie. But I'm just saying, maybe
but something cool like that, like kind of like Loki and the scepter, and you had the case and all that. So
exactly.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm with you. I think real genuine leather is a must. I think they got to do that, considering the original did have flaking issues. The pieces also pop the fuck off all the time. So you would put the guns on and this and that, and the knives, and they would pop and fall off. Like, got to fix that problem. And of course, the arm. Yeah, like the Civil War arm was better than this original Winter Soldier version arm. So they did it a little bit better. But to have it diecast would be pretty cool. Or like you said, a swap out. But rooted hair, a mask, better paint applications with the eyeliner and stuff like that, I think would be really cool. I put up a photo. Actually, it was me. I take this photo way back. This was the original Winter Soldier. It was just like a basic pose there, like goodness. A T pose almost, really. Like this was a really good figure for its time. But I can only imagine how good the new one's going to be. Like it's going to blow this one out of the water.
The proportions are wild on here, though. It looks a little bit, now that we know what they can do.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It puts it in perspective because remember the photos they just showed last week of the Captain America? You saw the stealth suit 2.0 to the original, and you saw how, like Dean was saying last week, like it's night and day.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's night and day. So, Dean, what do you think? How exciting is this Winter Soldier potential Artisan?
Joey took the words right out of my mouth. I think if this is just the hair, because like you said, we don't know if it's Artisan or not, right? It could be like the Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
That's not Artisan, but it has the hair. And that figure is $330. If it doesn't have genuine leather, I mean, what's the point? I mean, I guess because if you're revisiting it, you want there to be improvements. If you're just a straight reissuing it, that's kind of lame. So improve on it. And what's the biggest flaw of the original figure is the pleather. It flakes. Every single one I've ever seen has been destroyed. So improve with the genuine leather. Diecast arm, I don't think you could do it any other way. I mean, the plastic is okay. I had the Civil War version, and that looked really good visually. But, kick it up a notch with the diecast. And then, I don't know how you would do the mask. I guess
that's what I was going to say too.
Magnets, maybe. Or I don't know. Maybe
take the hair sculpt off and then
like a second head sculpt.
Yeah,
and you just put the hair on it. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I guess we'll see. But I mean, it has to be better. But this is pretty cool. I love me some Winter Soldier.
That's a good question. Like with the mask, because you might have one sculpt with the eyeliner and one without. That's the problem. Like, would you have two rooted head sculpts here? Like, could this be the first Artisan where you have two rooted head sculpts? Or
would it be too gluted? It could be too gluted.
Honestly, maybe. I don't know. I don't know because Dean and Joey, like, it's one of those where, like, look, you have rooted hair that you need on this figure, right? But he has two distinct looks. He has the mask with the eyeliner and then without. So it's kind of like maybe they don't include that look. That would be a shame. You need the mask, period.
Oh yeah,
and you need the eyeliner. Like without it, it'll fail. But I can say if you have a die-cast arm, real leather, rooted hair with the mask and the eyeliner, the queue's gonna get wild because people are gonna want this. So
yeah, that's why I don't know if it's gonna be Artisan.
Oh, you think it might just be wide release?
I think it just might be a regular. Because I mean, I think we've only seen the Beetlejuice that has the rooting, but isn't an Artisan. So
it was an Artisan, wasn't it?
Beetlejuice wasn't, no, which was crazy. It should be. Yeah. But Beetlejuice has two rooted hair head sculpts, doesn't it?
Does it?
I think it does.
No, it does. It has that one with the eyes popping out.
Right.
Oh, that's what it does. Yeah.
So Winter Soldier might have two rooted hair head sculpts. It might just not be Artisan.
Right.
But yeah.
And like that, like I said, that figure's 330. So I mean,
maybe this is 375.
I mean, maybe if they,
what if he comes with a Captain America shield? Excessive.
What was the other figure we saw that had genuine leather that wasn't Artisan either?
The Wolverine did.
Remember? Wolverine, but
and now Terminator DX13. That one doesn't. The new DX13 2.0. Yeah.
So, maybe it's just a regular release. It's the Wild West, dude. I have no idea what they're doing.
Because with Jack Sparrow, didn't they show? Remember, they showed like a tease like this with Jack Sparrow, but wasn't Artisan at the bottom?
I forgot. I don't remember. I feel like I'd have to look back.
There's so many releases. I don't remember, dude.
I
It's
don't
so
either.
tough.
I don't.
It's so tough
I'm
nowadays. Yeah, it's a great question because I honestly do not remember. But I mean, regardless, this guy's coming home. Period. Like this guy, I need this Winter Soldier in my collection. I will make space for him. Like
I really want a Winter Soldier, but both my Cap and my Iron Man are Civil War. So,
dude, you could still put him with this. You could still do it.
It's really not that much different of a look.
No, and this is the better look, honestly.
I think so.
Yeah, it's the best look. Honestly, Winter Soldier, Optical always joke they turned him into an accountant. Basically, like every movie, Winter Soldier gets nerfed like down and down and down.
He does.
And it's like and it's like he started at like his peak and then he just goes down, period, all the way down. That's why I'm hoping in a Thunderbolts he gets like put back up. Like he gets reinvigorated. But
because he's the actual Super Soldier.
He might get put back up because I mean he looked cool in the trailer, so
I think
that movie's going to be good, dude. I'm calling it. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. No one thought that movie was going to be good, but it's like Guardians of the Galaxy kind of mixed with Winter Soldier. It's like a weird. I like it. I think it looks good. Nonetheless, Joey, Winter Soldier, is he going to come home for you? You think he is for me?
Like I said, just depends. If I think I'm feeling like it's good, but right now I'll say drop for right now. But
okay,
if it surprises me and comes with all this cool stuff, then it's a possibility.
Okay, Dean, for you, what do you think?
I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair.
As much as I really want one, I think I'd rather just save money and get the Civil War one on the cheap.
You could do that. That could be a good idea. Yeah.
I own that figure and I sold it. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, like, if I'm gonna, because I think this is cool, but like I tell myself, like, the Xenomorph was one that I really wanted. Like, I'm like, bro, day one, if they ever come out with that, day one.
Yeah.
And I still haven't pre-ordered that. And I don't know why. I don't know why.
But you got that Mark II. So
I got that Mark II, man. That's a beautiful figure.
Kiko told me it might be figure of the year for him, by the way. Kiko and From the Shadows. Yeah, he told me it's that good.
I think the Mark VI was a little better, but yeah, man, it's very iconic. If you loved Iron Man 1, then you'll love it.
I just don't like all the silver. Like it's just not. Yeah, it's not.
I made sure I wasn't in my boxers while I was recording that.
Exactly, dude. Honestly, you'll see. I use those gloss black backdrops. Like if I'm shirtless or something, you'll see it. So like I have to make sure I don't do that. So I have to be careful with that. Adam, thanks so much, dude. Super chat $1.99. How much for just the arm, dude? I don't know. Maybe Hot Toys will sell it at some point. Just like Rocket, dude. Rocket's looking for the arm. So will be collectors on the secondary market. Maybe Toy Anxiety will rip one off and sell it to you at that point. But yeah, let's keep on moving, guys. We got some really cool announcements. Let's talk about Starkiller, who just got released and then subsequently delayed by Sideshow, which if you check your email just now, you got the special edition. You probably got that email. It does say January to June, though. So I don't think you're going to be waiting forever. I think it was supposed to come out maybe December, and now they've delayed it January to June. Honestly, I don't know. I might hold on to it and just wait or get it, or maybe I'll just get it from Tim San or something. I don't know. But I do kind of want that Starkiller pretty quickly, but we're going to find out. Nonetheless, Starkiller has released. He looks pretty damn good. As people know who have seen the Revan reviews, my own and Justin's and other people's, Revan turned out really good. The hood is a bit of a pain in the ass. I'm going to work with mine a little bit more, but if you do the right pose, if you put him in a force out pose, push the hood down, it's fine. You just got to work with the right pose and work with it. And I think it just takes I've heard some hot water treatment helps. Spray some hot water on it, push it down, work on it. Some alien tape, whatever you got to use. Regardless,
how about a magnet? Have you ever thought of that?
If you put a magnet, or maybe you could I guess
like pinch them together on the top of it, and the weight will pull it down. You know what I mean?
That could work. I could try that. Yeah, it might be worth a while.
I have these magnets here. They're like this big, and
Are you getting Revan, Joey?
No.
I'm saying maybe you could try it, but maybe I could try. I think I have some magnets too. That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
Because with my Revan costume, it's Velcro, so you just Velcro it to the top of the mask. Because Revan never goes unmasked or unhooded, really. So it's kind of like, But Starkiller, dude, I don't know if you played the game, Joey, but the game is super. There's two of them, right? So I played the first one. This look is like a DLC from the first game, which I didn't get to because I finished the whole first game and I was like, "Where's the fucking suit?" It's like he didn't wear it. I beat the whole game and I was like, where is it? And it's not there. Kiko was like, oh, you got to download this and that. And I'm like, oh my God. So I haven't even got to that point yet, but this outfit is super cool for Galen Merrick. And I loved Starkiller as a character. I beat the whole first game. It was a hell of a lot of fun. So I'm really excited for this release. I'm glad Hot Toys is making Legends characters. And that's what I want to look at here. This Starkiller figure release in general, Joey. How excited are we about this Starkiller? And do we expect to see more Star Wars Legends characters? Because Hot Toys is saying we're making all these random ass Jedi. We're making pretty much everybody, right? So should we see Malik? Should we see Bastila Shan? Should we see Nihilus? Are there other characters that we're going to see? What do you think?
You just said a whole lot of names. I don't know, Will. So,
dude, you got to play the Star Wars game.
How dare you, Joe?
Hey,
Dean will educate both of us, dude. I promise you.
I know, but a lot of people know I barely started watching Star Wars when Mando came out. That's when I first started getting into it. So I had to go back and everything. I used to call it like in post 18, 17. I would call it Star Ass. So I would call it Star
Honestly,
Ass.
that's probably fair for most people.
And that's probably whenever.
Sequels,
well, yeah, the sequels is whenever I remember going to the last sequel. I forgot what the Last Jedi was. That the last one?
No, Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker. I think I went to that one before I even knew Star Wars, and I was like, "This is interesting." But I didn't know backstories or anything. And I see my friend asleep, so I'm like, "It probably wasn't that good." So I don't know much about the characters, but I do know they're from the game, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. It looks cool. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people that did play the game are pretty happy about this, like you and probably Kiko and everybody else. But it's cool though. I like it. I don't have no other opinion though because I don't know much.
Yeah. Do you think though that because you're seeing Hot Toys branch out?
Oh yeah.
You see them making other like Star Wars Legends characters because they seem to be making random shit now.
Yeah, because isn't Howard Chan a big Star Wars fan?
He is, yeah. And these are very, very popular characters. They're just not like mainstream to, they're for the diehard Star Wars fans. Yeah.
But he probably knows all that little stuff that people want, like like we'll probably talk about later, but like the Wolf Pack and things like that. Yeah. He knows those little, and he knew to put those in there because a lot of people really, really wanted that. So yeah.
I mean, he made a Dark Empire Luke Skywalker Artisan figure.
Exactly. So at that point, he knows everything. So
that's pretty. Yeah. I mean, a lot of Star Wars fans know that one. I didn't even know that. And I'm a big Star Wars fan. So, but yeah, it wasn't even my thing. But Dean, dude, weigh in on this Starkiller. I think you got Starkiller, didn't you, Dean? I know you got Revan.
I didn't, but these photos are making me second guess myself.
Really? It looks really good, dude.
So good.
And apparently it's nylon, not pleather. So that's good.
Oh, I was gonna say that's what has me kind of like, I don't know if I should.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that later, but yeah, this looks sick. But I mean, bro, you could do, like you said, Bastila Shan, or you could even go further back, do Satil Shan, Darth Malgus. I think Sideshow did a Malgus a long time ago, so if Hot Toys did it, that'd be fucking sick.
Right.
You could do shit, what's her name? Shay Vizsla, right? Do the, because we got the have we got a pre-Vizsla yet, or just Paz Vizsla? I think we've only got
just Paz Vizsla, and we haven't even gotten Asajj Ventress.
Yeah, we have.
I know a lot of people want that.
Yeah.
A lot of people want that one. I don't know. I don't know these characters at all. Their backstories. It's crazy that I know the names though, because just from collecting, I know.
Dude, exactly. That's how cool and popular they are. Asajj would be Clone Wars, right? Dean, she's Clone Wars.
Yeah, Clone Wars.
Yeah, right.
And that's the thing, right? Like, because Joe, you said that Howard is a Star Wars fan. And this is all like pre-Disney stuff. This is the stuff, he probably was gonna make anyway. And then Disney bought Star Wars and totally changed the trajectory of his, business and started doing other figures from the movies that didn't do well. And now he's like, fuck it. Let's go back and make the shit people actually want. Because even the shows are not doing well and the figures aren't selling well. So I mean, they're literally free right now. You know what I mean? So it's like, bro, let's do the Revans. Let's do the Starkillers. Malik would be crazy. HK-47. I mean, there's so many great characters from KOTOR alone that you could do. And then SWOTOR, because Revan is technically in SWOTOR as well. He's just like a ghost, but
Right.
Yeah, I mean, damn, dude. It's like the Star Wars Hot Toys Renaissance right now. It's just like,
but Dean, Darth Malik would be sick. Malik would be sick, especially with the jaw, dude.
Yeah,
that would be cool. And Nihilus would be cool. Nihilus is simple and easy to make. I bet he would be relatively cheap, like 250, 270, but whatever. But like he would look sick, dude.
Yeah, Nihilus would be sweet.
I know a lot of people want Cal Kestis. I know that.
Bro, for real.
Like
dude.
Cal and Second Sister would have been great, honestly.
Seconds, I want a Second Sister so bad, dude.
She was amazing. I really liked her. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, these two look great, man. This Starkiller looks so cool. This looks so good. So yeah, I'm really excited to get this one in as well. But yeah, I mean, Revan looks absolutely awesome, man. I'm glad I got it. Again, the hood is I got to continue working with it. I did in the review again with the reviews. I try to show the figures in the best light I can, but I also try to show them in the most realistic light I can. Like this is what you're going to have to work with out of the box instead of me making like modification or spending hours working on the hood, which people aren't going to do. Like, what's it actually going to look like in your collection? Like most people aren't going to do that. So,
yeah, I watched your review and unboxing, and you were futzing with the hood, and it obviously kept getting pushed back up.
Right.
But from the way I was seeing it with my eyes, right here. Whenever you would push it down, it would get pushed back up from all the fabric in the neck. So I think a good water treat.
Okay, I'll try it.
Where it would, it kind of soaks that fabric down, and you mold it the way you want it to look, and it dries like that. I think that's probably the way to go. That way you're not putting a bunch of sticky tack on the sculpt or Velcro, and you leave residue, or you don't want to damage anything. So I think a good water treat might do well.
Does warm water work, Dean, for that? Is that what it is?
Yeah, or just cold. I
heard spray. I got a spray bottle, so I can spray it on the hood and maybe just try to shape it. Is that what would work?
Yeah, I usually just like run it in under a tab, which I mean, I guess because there's no like real like electronics on this figure, so
yeah,
I think it'd probably be okay. But
yeah,
or even if you got a steamer, Zach uses a steamer on his stuff.
Yeah, I've heard of that too. Yeah, I've heard of that.
But also you also want to be careful it's not too hot.
Yeah.
But damn, this Starkiller looks so good, dude.
It looks amazing, dude. It looks.
And you said this got delayed
from Sideshow. This says January to June though, so that that could be next month.
That's still a fast turnaround for when these popped up.
Yeah, these release fast. I honestly wish Revan got. I mean, you can work with the hood and probably make it better. I just wish Revan got a little bit more time in the oven, so the hood give it the Palpatine, with the wires. Palpatine apparently from Clone Wars had wires throughout the whole thing, so that would have been so much easier, Joey. With the hood, you wouldn't have to water treat it. You could just push the wires down and get it to sit the way you want. So
I got a question for you though, Will. So if you had the choice, you had to give up one of these, which one are you gonna keep? Which
I'd
one
give up
you
Starkiller. Yeah, I'd give up Starkiller.
You would? Yeah, because I know you had that cosplay, right?
Dude, yeah, Revan is like one of my favorite characters, man. Dean and I are in the same.
Revan's one of the most important video game characters of all time.
He is.
Literally changed the landscape of storytelling in video games forever.
I would be upset to give them both up, Dean, but I would give up Starkiller. Yeah.
Yeah, if I was only going to pick one, which so far I am, I'm just getting Revan. But these photos got me freaking out.
Yeah. I didn't play video games like that at all. I was more of like a multiplayer guy, like Call of Duty.
See, I was the exact opposite. I like to be left alone.
Really?
I'm like,
really?
Cool. Leave me alone and let me play my. That's why I love Last of Us so much. Because
now that game, that was probably one of the first games that I've played and thoroughly enjoyed while I played single player. I was like, oh, I can't wait. Yeah, that was
nice, dude. Honestly, man, but look at this photo, Joey and Dean. Like, damn.
I mean, it's fire. Don't get me wrong, it's fire.
It's fire, dude. It's fire, absolute fire. I think it only has one USB light up saber though, which I always thought was a little curious. The other one's supposed to clip to the belt, but one light up USB saber here. So Revan has two. I only have one in my display right now, but honestly, I had Revan Joey in my video game display. I think I'm going to move him up to the Star Wars display. He can go in either one, but I think I'm going to put him in the Star Wars one. I think he'll fit a little bit better.
Or just kid too.
I thought about it. You know what I just did? I consulted.
Yeah.
People love this. I consulted Kiko. I consulted Kiko Collects because I bought one from TBA, and then I had one on order from Sideshow. And I told Kiko, I was like, should I keep this second Revan from Sideshow? He was like, there's literally no reason to keep a second one. I was like, you're right. So I canceled the one from Sideshow.
I'm glad he talked you out of it.
Yeah, he did, dude. So someone's going to get a waitlist opportunity at some point because I already got one. So, but yeah, Revan, you can see he's right behind Pyramid Head down there. But I have not hooked up his USB lightsaber yet because I just got the cable today, actually. So I got my USB cable. Hot Toys doesn't include a USB cable, which is stupid, but
it's wild.
Yeah, it's insane. So I have to run it through the Moji case and do all that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But
those are the extenders, right? The extender for the USB, or is it just or is it a long one?
It's just a long one. Yeah, I think it's a 10-foot one. Long one. Yeah. So like Kiko got it's like a group of them. It's like a hub essentially.
Yeah, I got that too.
Yeah, so you can plug a bunch of them in. I'll probably do that. Like I'll probably run a bunch of long cables into a hub and then plug it in that way.
It's clutch because it all turns on at once. I like that.
Exactly.
Well, I have one. I have like one for just like the sabers, the CCFL sabers, and then one for like just the lights, you know. So
nice. Okay,
having them all out at once.
I need to get a remote. Like I've seen Graham from Jedi Night's Watch and other people have that. I use surge protectors, so when I flick those on, all the lights come on. But
yeah,
I need like a remote.
Zach has his all on an Alexa.
That's what I need to do.
Honestly. So he's like, Alexa, turn on the display, and all his stuff comes on.
Yeah, I do Wise. I don't know if you ever heard of Wise, but Wise is.
Really I have, but I haven't done that either. That'd be
smart
cool.
Plugs. That's what it is.
Oh, okay, gotcha. We gotta check those out. Anarchy Bronze, thanks so much, bro. The battle skirt is not accurate. It should be floor length and made of leather with his Sith Stalker symbol edged into the skirt, not plastic stamped. Oh, dude, hey, you could have fooled me, dude. You could have fooled me with that inaccuracy. But I will say, dude, I respect the crowd out there who love a certain character and want it to be as accurate as possible. There are small little things with Revan, but nothing worth mentioning. Like it looks amazing to me. So, you know, either way, I'm happy with it. So I think it's totally fine. How you figure? Thanks so much, bro. $4.99. Hope everyone who wanted the Artisan Moon Knight was able to secure. I know that Justin did secure one. How you figure, Justin? Not Justin's collection. I'm sure he did as well. But yeah, and thanks to Anarchy Bronze, dude. Hopefully you're happy with the Sith Stalker outfit there. I think it'll still be good for him. So I think it'll be really good. But yeah, Starkiller is going to look great nonetheless. So how you figure? Thanks so much, bro. X-Men Supreme. I need HK47. Yeah,
bro.
Dean would pick that up too.
HK47 is so awesome, dude. I don't know if you remember him, Will, at all.
I do a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a
what he looks like
homicidal maniac. He's amazing.
Oh, okay.
If you just go to YouTube and type in like best HK47 quotes, it's hilarious.
So basically RoboCop.
Yeah, I guess
a lot more psychotic.
Yeah.
It's
funny, like, dude,
calls people like meatbag and shit.
Yeah, there he is. That was cool. Honestly, it's funny though, Joey, because in Knights of the Old Republic, you can go down the dark side route. You're just like an evil piece of shit. Like, you're just like mean to your friends, and like you're just like an overall terrible person. Yeah, so it's just like it's like playing The Sims, but being really mean to everyone. That's pretty much what you're doing there, and then killing some of them. So yeah. It's pretty crazy. X-Men Supreme, $2 super chat. Thanks so much, dude. Revan is extremely goated. He is, bro. He is 100%. That's why Revan, again, even if the hood's not perfect, I'm gonna work with that thing till I get it perfect because Revan is just that goated. So let's talk about something else here that I think is kind of interesting. It's Spider-Man, or Spooderman, as the kids call him. Spider-Man 2099. Should we expect Hot Toys to improve other figures this dramatically? I want to start with a picture here, just showcasing something that I think is pretty interesting. If we're looking at the original prototype that was announced, and then the final product that was just released, the discrepancy, the change, the improvements are pretty dramatic, pretty incredible, pretty remarkable. Every adjective you can think of. The final product looks amazing. This looks really, really good. So I think Spider-Man fans, and more specifically Spider-Verse fans, are going to be really happy with what they get here. I think the head sculpt looks absolutely awesome. The proportions are improved. It's not a jointed piece of shit anymore. It's actually a fabric suit. It looks awesome. It has the right texture and overall design. It looks animated, but also still lifelike in a way, so it can fit in with your other collectibles. This is a dramatic improvement. So, Joey, I got to ask you, dude, is this type of improvement, this level of improvement, something that we can expect to see in other figures, or is this just kind of reserved for Spider-Man? What do you think?
I'm glad you put this. I haven't seen the other picture in so long, and now to see the difference, holy crap!
Yeah, it's
That
night
is
and day, dude.
wild.
Yeah.
And if are we going to see it in other figures? You know what? There's only one figure that I hope to God they change, and it is another Spider-Man, and that's going to be the freaking black suit. I really
Dude, yeah.
want them to do that so bad. Other than
Yeah.
Spider-Man's, though, I mean, is it going to be this dramatic? What could be so bad that they're going to use joints like this on another figure and it be that horrible? I mean, at first, like, I didn't think it was too bad, but when you look at the difference right here, it's wild. And the suit material does look a little thick. I think the classic suit Spidey had that thick suit as well. But the posing on it and some of the pictures still look pretty good. And I hope it's that self-healing suit as well for this one. You know how over time it unwrinkles itself.
Yeah.
But other figures, I don't know if there's going to be a big enough like flaw like what they did with this one with all those joints to make it that dramatic
Yeah.
of a change.
Dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I get what you're saying, actually. If they're going to make this bad of an initial mistake again, do you even need to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is it going to be that bad to where it looks like a whole different figure? Like the figure right here on the left looks like I could go buy that for $75,
right?
And it's 12 scale. The one on the right looks like it's a promo from promo move.
What are the 12 scale ones, Dean? Like, is it Mafex who makes Spider-Man and Mezco? Those type of
Mondo, right?
Yeah.
Figure Arts does it.
Figure Arts, yeah.
Obviously, Marvel Legends.
Right,
Oh, okay.
right. But like the next level above Marvel Legends, that's Figure Arts, right? For Spider-Man stuff.
Mondo, yeah.
Yeah, Mondo does it too. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Because I mean that's kind of what I think of when I look at the one on the left. But the one on the right looks like one of the best Hot Toys figures of the year. I mean, it looks really good.
I mean, I'm not saying that it looks like the one on the left looks horrible. It's just for Hot Toy standards, yes.
Right.
Have you seen those videos where they're holding like the Spider-Man and it's like a stop motion and he's like swinging through it and they're just holding it and it's going?
Yeah.
It looks like one of those figures.
Right. Yeah. Right. Dean, what do you think about this? Can we expect to see this on any other type of figure? Is this going to happen again? What do you think?
I mean, if Hot Toys drops the ball as hard as they did on this one, because like Joey said, this is objectively on the left looks like a good figure, but that's not why we buy Hot Toys. We don't buy them to be jointed, big action figures, right?
I think Will said they're pieces of shit. I think
pretty much. I mean, honestly, basically, yeah, that's how I feel. Like.
Will is a very particular guy. I love action figures, so I really don't care about joints. But again, that's not why I buy Hot Toys. I buy them because they're supposed to look realistic. Even though this is an animated figure and the proportions are kind of crazy and his shoulders look like fucking pyramids, I get it. But putting it in an actual suit changes the entire figure totally. So I don't see how Hot Toys doing such an improvement on anything because they've never really failed that hard to begin with. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
They'll update a sculpt like, here or there, but it's not like the original sculpt was dog water. It was just not as good as it could be. Whereas the original prototype for this was dog water. It's like, what are you people thinking? What?
And look at the head sculpt, Dean. That's really good.
It's incredible. Yeah,
it's really good.
It's really strong. I mean, I think this figure and the advanced suit has the same problem where like the musculature is in the suit itself, and depending on how you pose it, it kind of like folds in on itself, kind of ugly, especially up in the shoulder area. And this figure suffers from that. I don't know if you have other pictures.
Yeah, which one?
Go back one.
I'll go back one. Okay, this one.
Yeah, see, like up here in his chest area. I mean, that does not look good.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, the jointed figure probably would have looked better. But again, that's not what Hot Toys are for. So I would still take those issues over a giant jointed figure from Hot Toys.
Yeah, right. And honestly, look, maybe I like a little bit more because I'm more of a character pose, simple pose type of guy. I'm not a dynamic poser typically.
Yeah,
so,
same.
So yeah, so Dean, so a lot of the, like some people are really a little bit more dangerous with their Hot Toys and they love posing them and doing stuff like this and putting the fabric to use. But to me, it's like, I don't want to stretch the fabric, cause creasing, this and that. And also, I just generally like simpler poses in my display. I like characters standing there looking cool, doing something some half dynamic, maybe a force hand out, whatever. But I'm not really doing anything crazy where Spider-Man's swinging and doing something crazy. Like something like this would be fine for me, right? That's why to me, I just want it to look as realistic as possible and also as basic as possible in that sense to make it look cool as shit. But I mean, this is a dramatic improvement. I'm with you guys. I don't think Hot Toys are going to initially drop the ball so hard again, whether we even need to have to do this. I think you guys hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah, I think they learned their lesson.
Yeah, I think so
the
too.
only thing I like about the jointed one over this is the color of the blue.
Ah, okay. Because I have that one I can show you. The blue is a little bit more vibrant. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like almost more like electric. Like it pops out at you, whereas the new one it almost looks like that original 2099 suit they did for the game. It's like almost purple, like a dark purple instead of a blue.
I'm just amazed, Dean, that they put this piece of shit out there and thought it was okay. Like I just don't like. Again, it's all contextual. It's not a piece of shit if you're buying it for the right reasons. Like if you're buying it at $75 or $80 and you want to pose the shit of it, it's perfect. But if you're buying a Hot Toys to look as realistic and lifelike as possible, it's a piece of shit. Like it's like when you look at the new one, it's just like, wow, Hot Toy, right? That's just incredible. But then you look at the original, I'm like, whoever thought that would be okay to put out there? Like this looks awesome.
Yeah, I think it's cool how they still have the definition in like the torso area with that fabric suit. I think that's really cool.
Right. Yeah. And I love the backdrop for this. This is super cool. Yeah, I love how this looks. And again, cool. You can do a lot of cool stuff with it. And the movie was great. I love the first one a little bit more, but the second one was really good. I liked it. So yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll see over time. But hey, I'm happy that they updated it. We'll see if they continue to do stuff like they updated Mantis, right? That was never a piece of shit, but they made it even better. And they're doing updates. Again, we're seeing the effect of InArt and other companies come into the fold, and I'm happy about that. I'm happy that we're getting competition. Hot Toys, what Hot Toys have done an Artisan anytime soon if their hand wasn't forced? No, of course not. And they did. So it's pretty exciting. Let's talk about something kind of interesting here. We got an announcement of Plo Koon from Hot Toys, and they've teased other Jedi. So my question mostly being, what does this mean for other supporting characters? Because for the diehard Star Wars fan, of course, this is an important Jedi character. But for the majority of collectors, you're going to be like, who? I think that's what's going to be happening to a lot of collectors, right? And a lot of people who've watched Clone Wars are going to say differently, but they're going to say, oh, he's really, really important. I did not even know his name, right? So to me, this is a character kind of like Joey with you with Starkiller. I was like, okay, I've always been in the boat. I'm glad these types of figures get made because there are a lot of people who maybe just don't speak up who really want this character in their collection. And I'm happy that it's getting made. And again, it gives me hope for Corvus Glaive or Proxima Midnight, any of those characters that are not necessarily like spotlight characters that are still important and cool and badass. And they're teasing other Jedi. They've already got one on the coming soon page. I forget the name. I'm sure you guys will remind me. But this looks super cool. I think this looks like a really cool character. It's going to have a lot of shelf presence. Joey, what do you think? Does this give us hope for other supporting characters? Are you glad Hot Toys are tackling characters that are very much outside the norm like this? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the amount of times I saw people say this is a turkey or something. It's funny, but
a turkey.
Someone said this is a turkey, so I mean, I don't know, but
I guess
I think that's really cool that we're getting the Jedi Council. I like that a lot. They're I don't know all of them. I knew Plo Koon though because a lot of people told me to to watch the Clone Wars, and I only got through 3 episodes, but he was in every episode, so that was cool. That I actually knew somebody this out of there. He was also in Revenge of the Sith as well, wasn't he? Just for
He was
for a
Didn't
second
he get
or
blown
two.
up in the ship at the end during Order 66? Isn't that what happened, Dean? Yeah.
But I want another Yoda, so I'm hoping that we'll get like all the Jedi Council, so we can at least get that. And a lot of people wanted the chairs for this guy, like the Jedi Council chairs.
Oh yeah,
I've seen people say that. But overall, am I going to get it? No, not at all. But I'm glad that there is that niche of people that will get this, will have it. And it seems like this will be kind of like the Starkiller and the Revan, where this might ship pretty early because there's probably going to be a low batch.
Right. And he does kind of look like a turkey. He looks kind of like a human organ. Like he looks like an organ on his head, like something you would see inside someone's body.
The amount of things that were said about this, and it wasn't just a turkey. It wasn't.
Okay. I see where you're going with this. Yeah. It looks cool to me though. It does look cool nonetheless, and I do think I'm glad people are getting these Jedi figures. I'm with you, Joey. It's not at all for me, but that doesn't mean it's not cool as shit. So I'm glad someone's getting it, and it's going to be cool in their collection. I honestly, to me, the figure that I think most needs a 2.0, even though the original Dean was incredible, Alec Guinness Obi-Wan. We need another one with a little bit better paint applications, make him look a little less tan, but the head sculpt was already pretty much perfect. Just update it slightly, release a new one. I really want that Obi-Wan in my collection. But Dean, what do you think about Plo Koon and other Jedi being made?
Plo Koon is amazing. First of all, how dare both of y'all?
I knew you would say that.
Yeah, Plo Koon is awesome. I've loved Plo Koon since I saw episode 3 when I was, younger. To get the Jedi is super cool, especially because Hot Toys is doing the clones, as we saw with Plo Koon. He's the general for the Wolf Pack, and they've teased Commander Wolf and then a Wolf Pack clone, so very cool. And it gives me hope for people like Elias Sakura, and then that's Commander is it Bly? Yeah, Bly, and then maybe even a Yoda with Commander Gree. There's a lot of cool, not even necessarily Clone Wars, but episode 3 clones and Jedi generals you could do. Ki-Adi-Mundi, Shakti, like I said, Elias Sakura. So, man, this has me pretty pumped. Plo Koon, especially in Clone Wars, is badass, dude. He's so cool. So this got me really hyped. I definitely want a Plo Koon in my collection. So yeah, I'm all for it.
Well, here's a question to ask you guys to tie into this one. Are we at all worried that Hot Toys are kind of becoming Black Series like, and that they're making like basically every character? Like, do we care about that at all? I don't actually care about that. Like, if it's a really high end ultra lifelike figure, I don't really give a shit about the rest of it. What do you guys think?
I mean, no. I mean, that's the goal, right? I mean, to get all the characters you love. You don't necessarily have to buy every single one. Like, I think I'd get Plo Koon and like Elias Sakura, and that's about it. And then just fill the rest of with clones, because I like clones a little bit better. But I mean, yeah, that's badass.
Yeah, badass. Joey, what do you think? Are you worried at all about Hot Toys becoming Black Series like?
No. I mean, what do you mean by Black Series? Like
you know how Black Series make everything? Like they have a whole, like they make. Sorry. Nice, dude. It's all good. That happens with Kiko's dogs and
no, I'm filling in. I'm filling in for Kiko.
You are, dude. But I mean, the kind of, and I'll just speak on a little bit while the dogs relax. Like I would say, I don't have a problem with it, but the idea that they're making so many characters from every different realm of Star Wars and Marvel and whatever, and making pretty much everyone to the point where it's like oversaturation of every character possible. Where it's like Black Series, any character that exists in Star Wars probably has a Black Series figure. And it's kind of like the same with Hot Toys now, which I think is fine. Like Dean said, like I think again, you want to have as many cool characters as possible, right? So
I feel like for those characters, they need to do more of like the what is it? The limited releases. They need to do something like that to get people to want it. At first of all, but then again, I don't know. Some people don't want that heartache of not getting it as well. So it's hard. It's a hard spot to be in. But and would everybody get all of them? That would be hard to do, to get all of them. But like Dean said, he would just want just a couple. I feel like this isn't like the Guardian, like Jedi Council isn't like the Guardians line where you have to have them all to want them. You could just get a few council members and you'd be good.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. I think honestly, at the end of the day, I'm happy that people are getting what they want. So yeah, I think it's awesome, dude. I think it's awesome. I'm really glad that people are getting these types of characters. Again, not for me at all, but I'm glad that people are getting that type of stuff. So here's what we're going to talk about next. We're going to talk about Nebula. We're going to talk about Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy 3. This should be a relatively quick topic, but I want to address something bigger here. This is the common sentiment that I'm seeing expressed on pretty much every Guardians of the Galaxy figure that gets released. They want to see the rest of the team, particularly in the team suits. People have been clamoring for an updated Drax since the original. It is yet to come to fruition. I think there's a lot involved with the likeness for Dave Bautista and, of course, the tattoos involved on the character. Should he be shirtless? A lot involved there. A lot involved. And is Drax really going to be a high mover to be worthy of that type of R&D investment? So, Dean, I want to start with you on this one. Guardians of the Galaxy Nebula. I don't know that many people will truly care. And I think that's partially because you can't complete the team in the team suits. If you were able to complete the team, I think people would care a little bit more and they'd fill it out with Nebula. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I've definitely seen that sentiment a lot. Because, we finally, after so long, got a Mantis, but not a Mantis in the team suit. And then where's Drax? We've only gotten the one. And they've done 3 movies already. Still no second Drax. And then even someone like what's his name with the fin and the whistle?
Oh, Yondu.
Yondu.
Yondu was a grail, dude. I had that figure for a while.
The original Yondu, but the new guy who's doing it. I forgot his name.
Yeah, Sean Gunn, right?
He was he was.
Yeah, he's James Gunn's brother, yeah.
Oh, is that really his brother?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's also part of the team, but he's, kind of sidelined. So yeah, it's difficult. I think the nice thing about the Guardians, it's kind of a ragtag group of people anyway. So you really could kind of put them in whatever outfits you got and it would still kind of make sense.
Yeah.
I have the Nebula in the Ravager outfit, and I love that figure. So I wouldn't pick this one up to replace that one. But I might pick up the Star-Lord to replace my. I have the first Star-Lord, so there have been a lot of figures between the first Star-Lord and this one. So yeah, I think it just kind of depends on if you're really a stickler for screen accuracy, but
yeah, it makes sense. But I think it would look really cool should you have all the Guardians in a team suit, like standing in a circle together. I think that would look really cool in a display. But without that possibility, it's like, how important is Nebula? Like you said, Dean, the original one didn't even move that well. And then you have this one, which isn't even as cool as that one, probably. You got a difficult move at that point. I mean, they could just reuse the head sculpt. Probably was cheap to produce the figure, but still, I don't know, man. There's nothing exciting about it, unfortunately, despite the fact that the film made $800 million. Even then, it's like, does anyone really care? I'm not so sure they do, which is sad because it's a great looking figure. As far as the figure's quality, it looks very good, but it's just kind of like, What do you think, Joey? Does this have any excitement factor to you at all?
No, I agree with what you said. Like, the only reason I would get this is if I had the rest of the team. Right. This would probably, even though it looks really good, that head sculpt looks amazing. You got the wings behind her. You got like probably more accessories than all the other figures in this line, besides what is it? Groot had all those arms and stuff.
Yeah, that's a cool figure, dude. That's a cool.
That is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But this one, only if they made all the other ones would I get her. But these aren't even on my radar, like you said. This was one of my favorite Marvel movies. Actually, this one like pulled the heartstrings. I haven't felt like this in a movie in a long time because I'm more of an animal guy. So that's a lot of what was going on in that movie, and I was like just dead. So it was hard to watch it a second time. But even though I felt so passionate about this movie, I don't know. I still didn't think I wanted the figures at all because I don't know.
It's Kevin.
Oh, Kevin. I thought you said Kitty. I was like, what?
Yeah, no. It's Kevin.
Kevin reminds me of Rocket so much.
He does. He looks like a little fox, dude.
So when I watched that movie, I was like, oh my God.
Right? That's exactly how I felt.
You know what's crazy, Joey, is like I felt the same way. Like I loved Guardians 3, and I don't have a single figure from Guardians 3. Like it's just I don't know. The Star-Lord was great to me. Star-Lord from Volume 2 is the best figure, I think, of him. I think it's the most iconic look with the long coat and the scarf, but there's like neck staining, a lot of issues with that figure. Dude, that's another one you could easily see in the next couple of years in Artisan Star-Lord. 1,000%. Like that could easily be one that they make. Maybe they remake Guardians 1 Star-Lord and say
the hair for Moon Knight was kind of like Star-Lord's hair. So I mean, they could do it.
Yep.
Dude, coming over the mask, that'd be dope.
Yeah,
right.
Dude, imagine that. That's what I'm saying, Dean. An Artisan Star-Lord would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have Star-Lord 1, but I got the jacket from the second movie, and I think that's badass. That's why I never bought another Star-Lord. I was like, this one's perfect.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think this is pretty cool. So I think what we'll do, guys, we'll move on to our next topic. I think we got pretty much everything discussed with Nebula here. I mean, look, if you're excited for Nebula, dude, I'm super happy for you. I'm glad that people are deciding to pick that one up. Just not going to be for us. I think it's not going to be for anyone on this panel. But again, there's going to be a lot of people who do want her. So kudos to.
I love Nebula, but like I said, I already got the other one. So
right.
I don't really see the point in replacing it.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. Well, here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to go ahead and move on to our next one here. Let's move on to something a little bit different. So Kit actually teased something, which if someone has different information, let me know in the chat. I've not seen any information on this one besides Kit teasing and saying, holy shit. So I don't know anything else besides that. I know Joey saw this. He teased this Caesar figure from Planet of the Apes. And I don't know who's making this. I don't know where I'm guessing it's going to be on 1/6 Kit. He seems to be playing it up pretty hard. Yeah, I know he's close with Mars Toys. Maybe it's a Mars Toys figure. I don't know. To me, it looks very good. I think this is super cool. I'm not the biggest Planet of the Apes fan. I enjoy the films. Like, I thought they were pretty good, but it's not one that I'm going to feel like I need to go rush out and buy a Caesar. But there are a lot of Planet of the Apes fans out there who do want a really high quality figure of Caesar. And this certainly looks very good. So, Joey, does this figure look promising? Does the fur look natural? Does this look like a promising third-party figure potential here? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this too on the live, and I think it looks really good. There's another picture as well. I think is it that one? Oh yeah, that one. Which is weird. Is there going to be two? Because this one doesn't have that, like the white makeup on and everything like that. So that's what I was wondering. Is there two, or did someone get this one and just paint over it? What did they do? I don't know, but it's for sure a third party. Am I going to get it? I don't know. It depends on price, but it does have to come with a horse. I'll tell you that it has to come with a horse. And if they don't come with the horse, I don't know. Probably buy one on eBay or something. But for some reason, I just think that's necessary. I don't know what else it can come with though, because I haven't seen the last movie. I think I've seen the original 3, but not the last one.
Gotcha. I think I've seen. Well, the last one didn't have Caesar, right? Wasn't it like a prequel?
Yeah. Only the first 2 movies have Caesar.
Okay. All right. Then never mind.
Right.
But I would still hop on this depending on the price. This is one of those I've seen, like a statue where Caesar's on the horse, and it looks amazing. And I think someone said Star Ace has made this figure before, and I don't know what it looks like.
Star Ace makes Planet of the Apes figures, not Caesar.
Do they? Oh, they don't make Caesar. I can't tell the difference. I mean, I could tell Caesar.
Wow.
But I can't tell the difference like
But
that.
they all look the same to you? That's racist.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is why Dean's here, dude.
I know.
I can't be a social. I gotta go, guys.
Dean's out. He's gonna go hang with Kevin.
Oh.
Well, what do you think, Dean, about this Planet of the Apes season? We know nothing about it besides these pictures.
Bro, Caesar is badass, dude. If they can deliver this, somebody was saying this doesn't even look like a figure. It looks like a statue, like it doesn't actually do anything.
Huh.
Which, if that's the case, that's gonna be super lame. I want, an actual figure of Caesar. They showed this one and then the one from the second movie where he's got like the paint, the war paint.
Yeah.
Which is it's so cool.
Does he have in the second one? He's on the horse though, right? Or no?
I'm pretty sure it is the second one. He's on the horse.
Okay.
Would you, in the first one,
want the horse?
It would definitely look really cool.
It would. Okay, I didn't know if I was tripping or not. So.
But you're spending a lot of money. 6-scale horses aren't cheap. There it is. That looks so intimidating, dude. That looks awesome.
The one with the war paint looks way better to me.
Yeah. Which is the one I would get, because otherwise you just have a little chimp on your desk.
Which is cool too, but not
yeah. But yeah, if this isn't like a full figure, it's probably a pass for me, because then you could, I think Iron Studios did a statue of him on the horse. Was Iron Studios? Someone did a statue of him on the horse. It's not huge or anything.
Star Ace made the figure too, right? Didn't they?
Star Ace does Planet of the Apes figures from, I want to say it's is it Michael Bay?
Which one? What are you talking about?
The movie with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, Transformers. Yeah, the Transformers one.
No. Planet of the Apes.
Oh, he was in a Planet of the Apes movie. I don't remember him.
Yeah, in like the 2000s.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It's been a while. I remember the James Franco one, the first one. But...
Yeah, so the original movies are from like the 60s and 70s.
Right.
And then they rebooted it in the 2000s with Mark Wahlberg. And then the James Franco was a total reboot, which is the first movie Caesar's in. Oh, it's Tim Burton. Okay, sorry. Bay produced, Burton directed it. Okay, cool. 2001. Those figures that Star Ace did aren't even figures. They're like static. I think they have you can move their arms and that's it. But he's sitting on the horse.
Yeah, I'm looking at one. Yeah, and it's sculpted. It's all sculpted. It's not rooted like this or whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah. I don't really know. That's why everyone's I don't think it's a figure, because
dude. That's cool.
Oh, that is a Star Ace?
Yeah, it's Star Ace, yeah.
Okay, shit. Okay. I didn't know they did that.
And this looks even cooler to me. But yeah, this is incredible. And yeah, I don't know again if this is even going to be a product. Kit just posted it, so I don't know, but it could be a figure.
It's definitely got a lot of people excited.
Yeah, it does. So hopefully it's real. And people were asking a ton of questions, and Kit was just ignoring them. So he was just not answering any questions at all. So yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it's nothing, but I think it's worth discussing nonetheless. So it's people might find it interesting. So let's keep on moving, guys. I think we got a couple more topics to get to on the docket, which I think should be pretty exciting. So we're going to go ahead and get to those. So let's talk about, before we get to our big picture topic of the evening, let's talk about this Back to the Future 3 DeLorean. So this Back to the Future 3 DeLorean was released. You guys probably saw, there was a leaked memo at some point where people were saying these all things are going to release in the next month or two. And so far, it's actually been pretty accurate. Starkiller, Revan were on there, the DeLorean, a lot of it was fairly accurate. But we got a Back to the Future 3 DeLorean. My question being vehicles. There's been DeLoreans before, and this is not the first one. It probably won't be the last one, honestly, because Hot Toys will find a way to remake or reissue or make another DeLorean, whatever the case may be. But vehicles, there are collectors out there that I think are interested in vehicles, but I feel like I'm starting to notice a trend of it slowly going down and down and down in the interest. Because you got artisan figures, you got in-art figures, you got other high-end premium figures out there, statues even, right, Dean? So vehicles I feel like are starting to become less interesting to a lot of collectors. Maybe it's the wrong ones. Maybe it's because there's other versions of the DeLorean. Who knows? Dean, I want to start with you. Are vehicles desirable for collectors anymore? Because I feel like they don't get talked about as much and there's not as much interest shown in them. What do you think?
I think it definitely depends on the vehicle, right? Like this DeLorean, it's from like the least popular of the movies.
Right.
The other ones are already out. So chances are the people that wanted a DeLorean already have it. They're probably not picking this one if they're picking of the three. And then we saw like the Batmobiles from the 89 Batman. They reissued that one. A lot of people were excited. A lot of people got it. A lot of people have that one now. Then they do the Bat Missile. Who the fuck cares about the Bat Missile? Like, I don't know. But then you have something really cool like the Bat, or I don't know what they call it, but the motorcycle from the Batman with Pattinson. That was a cool motorcycle. A lot of people picked that one up. It looks great. It's not so large that it takes up a whole shelf on its own.
It fits in a
yeah, exactly. And then you have Yoast making the giant versions of the things, and people are buying those. People are really excited about those. Something like the Ghostbusters Ecto 1. Man, every time people show off an Ecto 1, people are excited. So I think it just depends on the vehicle. I personally like Star Wars vehicles, like the clone stuff. I got the bikes right here. Most Star Wars vehicles are too fucking big. You can't really make them, but the speeder bikes always do really well. We just saw the ARF Trooper with the ATRT or whatever the hell it's called. A lot of people are excited about that. So yeah, I think there's definitely time, place, and space for vehicles if people still really like them.
Yeah, maybe there could be. Again, hey, if you ever make a really good tumbler, I know Yoast is talking about making one. That could be something I'd consider. Space is a huge factor. And Dean, Fenrir and Hardy Daytona. I know you're not a huge Hardy Daytona guy, but the Fenrir and Hardy Daytona are pretty damn cool. So I love those.
I'm a big Hardy Daytona guy if it's the original one.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You just don't like the remake version.
The remake one's not cool.
Okay, I like the remake one, dude, but I don't know any different. So, like, to me, it's really cool. So.
Yeah, you're ignorant. That's all.
Yeah, I'm an ignorant bitch. Shay's like, yeah.
I didn't say that. There's nothing wrong with being ignorant. It just means you don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. That's fair. Joey, what do you think? Are vehicles still desirable to collectors?
I think like what Dean said it perfectly. It depends on which one. It really does. It depends. Yeah. And I'm super surprised Hot Toys didn't make the 2022 Batmobile. That would have.
Dude, they teased it.
They teased it and everything. And do you know how much more that would have sold than the one that like Yoast made? That would just from price by itself, it would have sold a lot more. And I think it was like a clean. Was it a clean Batmobile, the 2022 that they teased?
I don't even think they really showed. They showed a picture of the back.
Yeah,
from what I remember. So
yeah,
it probably
I think it was clean. Yeah, I think it was clean. I feel like that would have been a fun one to actually make like battle damage because you have like a blank canvas there, and if you are into that kind of stuff, that would have been fun. But just vehicles overall, like it just depends. Dean said a lot of the Star Wars ones are good, but they're too big to make usually. And then what else? What other vehicle? I saw someone say Knight Rider. That's one I haven't seen. Yeah, that's one I have not seen.
Dude, remember, Joey, when we all thought they were going to make the N1? We all thought.
That, I thought that 100%.
I thought for sure it was getting made.
Yeah. And I was 100% on board.
Yeah, I was too. I was like, I don't have space for it, but I kind of want it. Yeah, it's like.
Put it on the ceiling.
Yeah, someone said you could hang it from the ceiling. And I was like, I don't know. I guess you could. But
people do that with the Nightwing. People like get, was that what it's called? Nightwing? Not Nightwing.
Oh, the Batwing, right? The Batwing.
The Batwing.
Yeah, where they like, there's like I bet someone would make a wall mount for the N1 from Hot Toys where you can mount it. I bet they probably. Yeah. Somebody probably.
I've seen people use mounts for that one, and it looks decent, like in a man cave or something. It looks cool. But if you have like a small room, if you have a small room like me and you will, and I don't know, Dean, if your room's small too, that's not fitting anywhere in here at all.
No,
like that would take up the whole wall. It
Right.
literally.
That's how it is with me. Like I'd have to dedicate a whole wall to the N1, which I don't think I'm prepared to do. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I would love to see like the Pursuit Special from Mad Max.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that'd be
that
cool.
would be an incredible vehicle in 6 scale.
I'm surprised that I guess I don't know if Mad Max, it seemed like a popular enough IP for Hot Toys to make a Tom Hardy or something. I don't know why they didn't, but
I feel like a lot of motorcycles too could be made.
Yeah,
any
they could have made a Charlize Theron and a Tom Hardy. That would have been cool. But
yeah,
Furiosa.
They're doing a lot of those. I don't know what they're called, but it's like those Japanese superheroes, the Kamen Riders.
Oh, the Kamen Riders.
They're doing a lot of those motorcycles and stuff too. So I mean, there's definitely a market for 6 scale vehicles still.
Do you know what's crazy too? Like I feel like what would make Hot Toys has been absolutely on a killing lately. They've just been making everything cool, everything everyone always wanted. Like I think the icing on the cake to me would if they announced they got the boys license. Like if they got the boys license, then I would be like, hell yeah. Because InArt doesn't seem to be interested in doing it. So it's like, okay, fine. Like Hot Toys can jump in. Someone's got to take the boys besides Star Ace. Because that's a really important line. You got to make Homelander, Soldier Boy, maybe a Butcher, and Well, I think isn't Blitzway supposed to make those? I thought they teased that actually, but who knows if they actually follow.
Somebody was posting them not that long ago. We were just talking about the head sculpts. What was that?
I think it was Blitzway. It was from.
I think it was Blitzway.
It was from WonderCon. Yeah, it was WonderCon.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But we still have heard nothing since then. So, or on those Ghostbusters that they teased, the 2.0s. Those.
Oh, that's right.
Haven't talked about those either.
That was Blitzway. It was in the same booth. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. So I think it's, we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. But guys, we got another topic here. Big picture. Let's talk about what happened today. And of course, what's happened in, I guess, when was the first Artisan announcement? Probably like a year and a half ago. Year and a half, 2 years. It was the Joker, the Heath Ledger Joker figure.
The Joker or was it Anakin? I always forget.
I think Joker was first. Yeah, Joker was first.
Had to compete within our at that point.
Yeah, exactly. And Joker was first. And I remember when it dropped, we had no indication. There was no leaks. There was no information about an Artisan line. And when that dropped, we were like, whoa, what is this? And of course, all the speculation. And now it's clearly a competitive premium line. And that's what they're going for. And I want to talk about the Moon Knight figure that was, of course, in a queue today. There were some disappointed collectors out there who did not score the figure. This is just a general picture of the queue system, which we can talk about here. The Hot Toys Artisan figures. I like to revisit this topic every so often. Every time we have Artisan drops, there's a lot of satisfied customers and a few dissatisfied customers who did not score the figure. That's kind of just the way of the world when it comes to exclusivity. Artisan figures cannot, by their nature, be wide release. Hot Toys cannot maintain the quality, it appears, doing them beyond a couple thousand units, it appears. So it's not going to be something I think that ever goes beyond exclusivity because they're just not capable of maintaining the quality, it seems like. To keep it premium, you have to limit it, in Hot Toys' eyes at least. So nonetheless, Joey, I got to ask you, does this make the experience of collecting more fun or more stressful? I really like it. I think it's more fun, even if you miss on the figure. Remember, I missed Anakin the first time. I had to go on the wait list and I converted. But I think it's fun, dude. I like doing the live streams, connecting with people, watching everyone get it. Of course, not everyone's going to win. That's life, unfortunately. Winter Soldier, one of us might get fucked. We might not get it. Right? Right? So I think it's exciting. I'm loving what the Artisan process is like. What do you think?
I mentioned in Boba Fettuccine again because he loved that Moon Knight, and he said that he had he was pumped. Like he was pumped to get that feeling, and I was like, I remember that feeling when there used to be a thing when I used to collect Funko Pops, when they every like Tuesday or something they would drop an exclusive Funko Shop figure. You didn't know what it was until you saw it, and you didn't know like if it was going to be limited or something. Everybody's on there refreshing, and I would get pumped for that. And nice. And so it's kind of like this. If this was something like, I guess I did get pumped with it whenever it was the Artisan Joker. I was like, they're ready to go. I was like, my heart's beating. I got to get 3 different browsers open. Hopefully one of them is a little bit less. And then it's just, that's fun. That is the fun part. And if you don't get it, then you don't get it. But you still had that fun. And if you really want it, you'll pay that premium if you really want it. But it's just still fun to just, and it gets us, like you said, it brings us a little bit together when we're doing things like this. Like I got so many screenshots of people's place in line, hey, it's up, and it's cool sharing like the number we are at. When did you join? How far on were you there whenever it first started? And then you're at this number, whatever I'm going on. But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it too, dude. I think it's a fun process. Again, it's a bit of a roller coaster ride. You're not going to get them all. What I will say, taking part in all of them, I think I have 6 Artisan figures on pre-order. And I can tell you, if you show up early, have multiple tabs open, have your payment methods ready, you're almost certainly going to get it. Besides Anakin. Anakin was the one exception where a lot of people got fucked regardless of what your place in line was. Like, they restarted the queue. That one was an absolute shit show. The other ones were not that way. Everything else, from my experience, was generally pretty smooth. There are people who sometimes join late and then they try to add it to their cart and it says it can't because someone else has it in their cart. But if you join on time for the queue, you're probably going to get the figure. Like, if you're paying attention, you got everything, multiple tabs. I've never had a situation where I didn't get it besides Anakin. So I think in general, if you're engaged and it rewards being engaged and it rewards attentiveness. And I think that's good. Like, I think you should be rewarded. It's not like buying a PS5. If it was like buying a PS5, I'd say, fuck this. This is terrible, because that process was horrible. Yeah.
I got it though.
Yeah. Did you? Dude, see, I had to buy one on.
I got 2 first day.
Dude, see, I had to buy one on eBay for like $800 at the time because I tried for 6 months for every live drop, could never get them because the bots always bought them. That's not been the case with Hot Toys. So
no.
Yeah, that's not been the case. So hopefully that day never goes.
You also have friends too. Like, so many people reach out and say, "Hey, do you want this? I'll get in line for you." There's that too. And you just have more chances doing it that way. If you're busy, you can ask a friend that is in this community. Hell, I used to ask my girlfriend to get in those Funko Shop things that I told you. Help me try, because you couldn't open multiple browsers. With this, you can. So I feel like you got a good chance with these, unless the whole website just crashes out.
Yeah, and I saw essentially, I saw Natalie in the chat earlier. I know her partner Ty, her wife Ty would jump in the queue for her and join and do all that stuff. So I think it's pretty cool. Cypher raised a good point that I want to highlight this comment. He said, "Yeah, but you're a YouTuber, you get prioritized." Will, not from Sideshow. Not from Sideshow at all. Sideshow could give 2 fucks about me at all. They do not care. You guys see me live when I jump in the queue. I was like number 3,000 something when I joined the queue for Moon Knight today. So I'm in the queue just like everyone else. There is no special treatment when it comes to Sideshow. And I can tell you, Sideshow, like for example, with Deadpool, they always make it right. For other people, I know they were offering just a replacement body to just ship it to you. Me, they never do that. They always say, okay, we're going to make you ship the whole thing back, and then we'll ship you a new one, which is fine. I'm fine being made whole that way, but I don't get the treatment like other people do from Sideshow in that way. Like, a lot of times other people will get better opportunities than I do from them. So,
but how do they even know that you're Will, though? That's the thing. I can understand how the other companies know your Will because, they know you, but Sideshow, I don't think they care about YouTube.
Maybe they don't. Maybe they do. I don't know. But it seems peculiar every time there's a figure issue. They always will fix it. They're the best customer service in the game, no doubt about that. But it's just instead of sending a replacement, they'll be like, send us back the figure, and then we'll.
Yeah, one of my friends got the extra body, and he's not a YouTuber.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's I don't get any special treatment. Trust me, from Sideshow. The only special treatment I ever get from anyone is InArt getting an early figure. That's it. So
they told me to go fuck off with the Mark III diorama base. Whenever how it didn't key in correctly, there was
Sideshow.
Sideshow just told me to go screw myself. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, because with that, didn't you have to heat it up or something?
Yeah, I had to heat it up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. See, there you go.
Will,
Dean, what do you think, Dean?
Well, you were 3,000 in the queue and you still got it?
Moon Knight? Yeah, because everyone's opening multiple tabs. So, yeah. I got it easy. It wasn't even, I was in very quickly, yeah.
Okay.
And my one queue was 3,800. I had one at 3,100 and then one at 3,800 or something like that. But, yeah.
Yeah, I've been in just about every queue trying to help people. I've never gotten it. So to me, it's very stressful. To the point where I won't even try anymore. I'm like, I'm not doing it. Now, luckily, they haven't really posted anything that I'm like, I need that, I can't sleep at night if I don't get this figure. But I know the day's coming, and you know, hopefully my luck will turn on that day. But yeah, I've never gotten converted in a queue.
Yeah. So you've been. Do you join right at the start of the queue time, Dean? Or do you join late generally?
I feel like what was I want to say it was Anakin. I was pretty much right when it started, and I think I was like 1785 or something in the queue.
That's not bad.
And it sold out by the time I think I was within like 25 people, and then it went to sold out. I was like, okay.
Anakin was the biggest shit show one for sure. The other ones were relatively smooth. Yeah,
that's what I've heard.
You got Anakin, Joey, the first time?
Yeah, I got Anakin. You know, one of my friends, he never collected a hot toy before ever, and he got that Anakin, right? So he got the Anakin because he loved Anakin. I was like, look at this thing, and he was like, all right, I'm gonna try for it. And he got it, but then like, you know, he's not a hot toy collector. He's not keeping up with his sideshow account. He changed cards, and so he hadn't been paying on it since he changed the card. And so they took it off for him.
Dude.
I was like, bro,
yeah,
you could have
at
at least
mistake.
Yeah,
dude,
damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I have Eddie Money Mendez. He's like, I've gotten every single one I've gotten in line for, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but you know, we're all in a chat, so everyone knows. Like, all right, like here's the link. We're all, you know, and then. You know, you kind of get in there before it starts, and then it ticks over, and then it's like, well, I'm fucking 2,000. So, damn, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks pretty damn good, dude. This Moon Knight figure is really fucking cool. And again, the white contrast from a lot of you don't really have a lot of figures that are pure white and gold like this. Like you just don't see it. This color scheme is just. The Moon Knight costume design, got to give credit to the Marvel team over there because, I mean, I know it's comic accurate and all that type of stuff, or relatively comic inspired is the right term, but dude, it's really good, man. It's really
I don't
good.
see that weathering so much though anymore on that.
Not as much on the, yeah. Maybe it's like a little bit more in the blogger photos. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit, but yeah, you could see it there a bit. It's definitely,
when you zoom in,
it's just like the lighting and the hair. This one doesn't look as good, but in the photos, it's Secret Base. I saw videos people taking at Secret Base. It looks very good. So, again, hopefully these artists don't require too much styling and futzing, but they may require just a little bit. So we'll see. I'm with you guys mostly. I think honestly, this is really cool. I like this for the hobby. And again, I missed out on Anakin the first time, and I was 100 in the queue when it sold out. So I was right there almost. And then I got the wait list.
I remember that. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
I was watching.
I know.
Like,
you see me, Joe. I drive home during lunch to like do these and stuff. And I was very disappointed. But I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna go on the wait list. We'll see what happens. Like, you know, that's kind of part of it. So it's like, yeah. I mean, and I think honestly, look, Jack Sparrow was obtainable, Loki. I know a lot of people, I was very flattered. A lot of people were willing to go in the queue for me for Loki. And I was like, that was really nice of you. But I ended up securing it, so it worked out. But and you know, Joker Joaquin, he lasted like 6 hours after the queue had ended. Like Joaquin Joker was on there for a while, and Tom Holland was even on there for a little bit, and Black Widow was even on there for a little bit. Moon Knight, though, Joey, I'm sure you saw, and Dean, Moon Knight sold out pretty quick. Yeah, he didn't last that long. Like the queue, like he was gone pretty quickly. So just imagine though, I saw in the chat, one of the comments. I agree. When Darkseid Anakin goes up in the queue, then we're gonna have another whole situation probably, because
that's gonna be
that's gonna be one day. That's gonna be a wild one. Yeah, Darkseid Anakin's gonna be a wild one. So I hope they make more units. That would be my only hope for the next one, that they make more units to make it a little bit easier. But yeah, I think it's pretty exciting. So I like these Artisan figures. Again, I have 6 of them on pre-order, so I'm very excited about what's to come from them. So I guess only time will tell. Nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for joining. Joey, Dean, I appreciate both of you guys. It's been an amazing show. Thank you guys so much in the chat for being awesome and hanging out with us for an hour and a half. It's been really, really fun. It's going to be a fun weekend. We're almost to Christmas. Hopefully you guys have done your Christmas shopping. I've got most of mine done, so I'm pretty excited about that. But Dean, I want to start with you. Is there anything coming up on Collecting Weekly that you want to talk about real quick?
Yeah, Monday we'll be doing a double unboxing. I don't know what it is. I never know what it is. I'm bad at that.
You're a
sorry,
bad
guys.
co-host.
Yeah, but Tuesday we have our awards show, so that'll be figure of the year, 6-scale figure of the year, all different kinds of awards that we all vote on. If you guys want to
waiting
vote
for that. Yeah, I've been waiting.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Wednesday will be After Dark, and then I don't know what we're gonna do about the week of Christmas, because that's Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's kind of our main shows. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess I'll see you on Friday, Will.
Yeah, we should be good for Friday.
I might have a better idea of what we're gonna do for that week, but yeah, I think also Thursday we're doing a movie night for Demolition Man. So we'll be talking about Demolition Man on Thursday.
Nice. Haven't seen that one myself.
What? Oh, dude, Demolition Man is amazing.
Is it? Okay, it sounds good.
Yeah, it's so good.
It sounds good.
Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes, Sandra Bullock, dude.
Dude,
That
sounds
movie
like a winning
kicks
formula
ass,
right there.
dude.
Speaking of, we're going to see a Wesley Snipes figure at some point from Deadpool 3. So
yeah, there you go.
Still has yet to happen, but it's going to happen apparently. Dude, thanks so much for joining, Dean, as always. Honestly, the feedback has been really great, Dean. People are loving having you every week. So
thanks, guys.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the comments on the last one. People, dude,
I didn't.
People were loving it. So you'll see at the top comment on there. So you got a ton of likes on it. So, but yeah, Joey, you also did a great job, man. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Check out Collector Joey, YouTube, Instagram, great stuff over there. Reviews, live streams, all the stuff you're gonna want to see, dude. Joey, what's coming up that's exciting over there?
Just Copper Drop with Austin Nicholas, Reverse Zio, and Danny Spotchka. We do a live every Thursday night, 9 p.m. CT. It's usually like this. We'll have 3 or 4 of us on there, and then just same people. But then we'll have like special guests. We'll have special guests and ask them a couple questions. We've had like, I guess, popular names that probably people know on here is the Figure Hideout we had on there one time.
His reviews are sick, dude.
Bro, they're wild. They're just another one. We just had Kazuma Collection. If you know.
Oh yeah.
We had him on the last one, so we have fun over there. It was just chilling at night, talking about these figures, kind of like this, and just reviews, like you said. Yeah, I like to bring as high quality reviews as I can, and I that's all I try to do for the community. So, if you guys want to check that, I did the Will, I did the Bane and then the Mark II. So that's about it.
Dude, nice, man. Well, thank you for joining, dude. Definitely want to have you back. It was a fun time, and
hell yeah,
man, it was a blast. So we'll have to sync up and do something like
that. Glad I'm not
again.
Driving this time,
dude. Exactly. That'd be a whole different thing. Kiko was in the. You saw the one. Kiko was in the barbershop that one time in the salon.
Yeah.
That was a wild episode, dude. I want to do something.
I was
like that again.
watching the whole time. I was like, is this dude really in the barbershop?
Yeah, he's literally. I honestly he told me I thought he was joking. He said I'm going to be at the Crybaby salon, and I was like. Okay, so and I thought he was going to go and then come back, and no, he was actually in the salon. So
I remember that.
So it was a whole thing, and I was like, wow, okay, yeah. But other than that, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for joining our live stream once again. I appreciate you as always. Check out Collecting Weekly. Check out Collector Joey. Check out my Revan review I posted. So that one is up officially. Some other videos I posted recently, those are great ones about, other related topics to collecting. Hot Toys collecting is hard. Then I talked about some other figures that are budget buys, which was pretty cool. So that was a fun one. And there'll be some other videos coming up. Hopefully I'll get that Starkiller. I don't know what I'm going to do because Sideshow delayed it. So I'm going to pick up one from Josh and just play the waiting game. But we'll see. Nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for joining. Again, check out these amazing channels. Check out the content here. And let me know if you have any questions. Will.foxification on Instagram. It's where you can find me best for updates. A lot of cool stuff happening there. Guys, have a good rest of your weekend. We will see you same place, same time next week. Peace out. See ya. Thank you for watching another episode of Lights, Camera, Collect. Please make sure to click the like button and subscribe to this channel. And of course, check out my amazing co-host channel, Kiko Collects, linked in the description below. Thank you so much and see you in the next one.